What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and today we're going to talk about, I think, something that is probably the worst thing that could be done across the board right now. And that is this one little piece that can cause irreparable damage to a figure that is supposed to have been crowdfunded and built with extra care, in my opinion. And that is the HASLAB Omega Prime. Now, to give you a little backstory about Omega Prime, I put my basically foot in videos to tell everybody you need to get this. And rightfully so. It is priced correctly. It's not $300. It was $249. $125 basically per character, getting more than what you got with the originals. You know, back in the days, if you wanted the TRU version, whether you get the TRU clear set, the TRU version or this version, prior to the Encore releases, you would be paying about $300 for that. And also, yes, they do still suffer from the same stability issues when you combine them into Omega Prime. I know people have said that theirs didn't do that. Most people know better. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter what version of the toy you have, eventually he will topple over. He was known as being too top heavy. So when this new one came out with these new fixes and new everything, it looked like a better deal, a better buy. They're even bigger than the originals. They can do more. They're more articulated, but they are marred with some issues. Ultra Magnus does have a yellowing issue. He also has the joints in the legs are a little less to be desired. And I didn't even know that there was a replacement for that. So apparently they're replacing the whole thing. And, you know, I think this is more of a fiasco, and this is honestly a company trying to cover up a mistake in the worst way. And I know that they're going to attack this video. But, you know, we're the consumer and we need to stop being railroaded like this. So we can report from Falcon RID here from TFW 2005 that warning, Optimus Prime has not been fixed. I repeat, HASLAB Optimus Prime remains unchanged. I quite literally just finished recording my video where I do a first time disassembly on camera, and it'll take me some time to edit. And yes, so he's going to have a video on this. It has not been fixed. A lot of people are starting to take theirs apart, and they have noticed that, simply put, the parts on this have just been sanded, just like anybody else would have done. So basically you could have just taken this apart yourself and sanded it, and people are taking theirs apart and noticing it's not just Falcon. There's other people in that thread, and I'll have a link to the thread there. And, you know, I wish his Falcon's video was up because I definitely linked to that. But yeah, this is not good. This is really bad. Like, we've been through this road before where a similar figure, and y'all should know this one, Generations Blitzwing had a very similar situation where there was a part that causes the figure not to lock in place, and you would have to take it apart and sand it down. And there was a video of a guy literally going on YouTube calling Hasbro customer service about it. And this is back during the older version of the Hasbro toy shop. And, you know, he was getting the railroad back then. And I mean, yeah, I know I'm probably going to get flack for this video. So if you see this video, I'm going to put, you know, you don't have to like, subscribe, and share. You don't have to do anything, but just at least watch this, because yeah, they're going to shadow ban this video, but it needs to be addressed because Hasbro keeps getting away with this and we're being corralled by shills. And basically with the Ultra Magnus, what we're getting with him was basically, from what one guy said in the thread, again, links will be in the description. Please check the description, okay? He states that the Ultra Magnus, he thinks that the joints are a little tighter, because I know the joints on the legs are a little, yeah, I still feel like they're a little loose, but most of the time you're not going to have Ultra Magnus in stilt mode anyway. So what happened was there was yelling of the plastic, and then this time around they were able to fix it. You know, he said so far it's wider. Like I said, again, they said the joints are fixed. So they didn't really show much pictures. If I had more to show, I'd let you know. But basically that was what the issue was with Ultra Magnus. So a lot of people were reporting on the yellowing for that. Mine didn't yellow, but a lot of people's did. So it is what it is. I mean, you get mad at me, get mad at whatever, but it happened. Now, to get the Optimus Prime, he comes in a plain white box Optimus Prime A. That's what he says, and we'll see some pictures of that. And these are from other board members who have received their replacement Optimus Prime. And so he's going to come in, and it's just the cab front portion of the fire truck. So it's not anything that's going to be like the whole entire robot again or anything like that. But this is the fix that you're getting. So, you know, basically they have spare ones that are still around. And then that makes me wonder. So, I mean, we have all these spare ones, but are they just going back and just grabbing as many as they can spare, sanding them down? This is bad, Hasbro. Hasbro, you got to fix this. No, you got to fix this. This shows that you're not really, you're not fixing the issue. And it's bad. I mean, you know, I don't care if you get mad at me. We're the consumer. We have rights. We have you're a consumer. You have consumer protection rights to have something built correctly. And especially with a crowdfunding where we put our money up front before we even got the figure. The at least you can do, Hasbro, is consider that. And here are more pictures of the replacement here where it's just sanded down. That's all it is, just completely sanded down. You could have literally taken it apart and sanded it down yourself. It wasn't like, oh, let's remold the parts or something like that. No. And that just goes to show you they got to get it together, especially when you're talking about a figure that you think about it like this. It's one thing if you went to the store and picked it up. No, it's not even one thing if you went to the store and picked it up. It's just saying, if you went to the store to pick this up, you could take it back. This, you got to go through the hassle because it's like it's not like something you can go to the store and get another one or there's another batch coming out. Technically, this is supposed to be what we're supposed to have. And you can see how even uneven it is, the plastic. And it's scary because, like I said, I'm a diehard Transformer collector. I don't really understand why, as a consumer, as much money as I spend on these toys, that we would have to go through something as, bad as this. Falcon RID is definitely going to have the video up. I believe he was the one that took it apart before to show off everything. So if you're not subscribed to his channel, please go subscribe to his channel and watch his video on this. Because like I said, I didn't send mine back. Mine was okay. Honestly, I am going to do my own fix, but I understand there's going to be other fixes coming out. There's actually, you can buy a replacement body. That can also help too, because in that way you can keep Optimus Prime from transforming. There's other companies that are probably going to be making replacement, that replacement part. And I believe it's going to be up to the consumer, literally, if they want to keep this, to do the fix themselves, because if they don't, then what's going to happen is, eventually it could break. And I know for most people, everybody's, how they handle their collection is different. I mostly have everything in boxes because, I live in a small house, but I mean, a lot of my toys kind of stay in pristine condition because of that. But for a lot of people that display these and you want to show them off, or heck, they just want to play with them because they pay for them, the risk of not being able to play with a toy that you pay for that should be played with, that's something really to think about. And the consumer is really going to have to look into this a little further, because if it continues to get this way, our trust and faith in Hasbro is going to go down, and it's not going to help you, Hasbro, either. So Hasbro, you really need to get on the ball, because you're doing good. You're giving a stellar product. I'm enjoying Age of the Primes. The newer Studio Series stuff is great, but this right here can sour a lot of people's confidence in what you're doing. So please, Hasbro, don't take this as you need to come in and do damage control. You actually need to do damage control with the actual product and the consumer's confidence. This is Super Robot Ed, Green World News Reveals. Today, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.